Hello everyone, I'm Mayor Grant Creasy, here with Amber Mitchell, our Manager of Engineering Services, and we've got some exciting news coming up in our downtown core. Amber, Council was presented with several options to try and enhance our downtown core and serve our citizens better. How did that process get underway?
Well, thanks for the question, Mayor Creasy. We actually have been receiving a lot of parking requests in the downtown over the last few months and years, and also a lot of requests for additional amenities such as bike racks, garbage cans, benches, enhanced landscaping, those kind of things. And so when we got a particular request for 49B Ave, the request was to add double-sided angle parking. And when engineering services looked at it, we just don't have the width there. The road's not wide enough. But we took a closer look and we realized if we moved the angle parking to the other side of the road, we could still increase the number of parking stalls or provide some additional availability for space on that road without affecting the width of the sidewalk or the width of the road. And so that was an easy win. However, when we took that to our supervisors, they mentioned, well, what about all these other requests that we've had for garbage cans, bike racks, benches? And we said, well, great, we can do one or the other, but you can't do both. We've got limited amount of space. And so that's where the parking survey came about.
All right. Well, I think that it's important for the people to understand that very fact is we can't do everything simply because we are limited to space. So however we can creatively use that space to better serve both the parking and those other amenities is something that we wrestle with all the time. I think we've made some good decisions in this particular area. And did you just want to walk people through exactly what's going to take place here on 49B Avenue?
For sure. So on 49B Ave, we actually went to each of the business owners and we talked to them as well as putting out a general survey. And the business owners came back and they said parking was the most important. The general public came back and they also said parking was the most important, but they also wanted to see a few other amenities in the future. So what's going to happen on 49B is we're going to flip the angle parking to the other side and we're going to paint lines, and that's going to happen this fall. And the lines will provide clearer guidance for where people are to park, which will allow vehicles to park a little bit more closely together. And that's going to increase the number of parking stalls on the street by about 7.
Right. And I think that sometimes people may question some of the things that happen down here. I mean, it really does come down to the numbers of parking stalls. And 7 stalls may not seem like a huge win, but in fact, when we're utilizing the same identical space and coming up with 7 extra, it is quite a bonus.
Yeah, for the cost of some line paint, it's a pretty economical way to add parking to the downtown. We are going to be moving forward with future projects in the downtown where we will try to increase the parking as well, but we're also listening to the other respondents' concerns about the other top priorities being benches and trash cans, and we're going to try and put those in underutilized spaces such as the end of roads where you have to have some no parking zones due to intersections. If we can create some space there to make little plazas for amenities, we'll do that, but that takes some time, that takes some concrete work, that takes a little bit more budget than what we're doing here on this street.
Right. And so specifically with related to the parking issue then, what are some of the other big change areas that we're contemplating here in addition to 49B? I know there's some work in other areas of the city. Perhaps let's just not get too into details, but just give people an idea what areas are going to be next.
Yeah, so this year, the other parking lot we're having a look at is the one beside the blacksmith shop on 49th Street. And we're going to be increasing the parking stalls there again by 7 by adding some line paint and some new parallel parking stalls, which there are some vehicles that are parking there today, so we'll make them officially legal parking stalls and best utilize that space.
Thanks. Well, I know that both residents and business owners alike look forward to seeing some of these changes come to fruition. And as you said earlier, the line painting here in 49B is going to occur later on this fall. So we'll be able to hopefully evaluate its effectiveness over the winter and spring and look forward to more changes coming up.
You bet.